Good morning, this is Pastor Lyn with Lyn United Methodist Church. Today we come to the conclusion of our 6 ways that we encounter God, our last chapter, as we continue to look at God's graciousness and our love for others. And the message today comes from the book of Galatians, chapter 5. Listen, I, Paul, am telling you that if you let yourselves be circumcised, Christ will be of no benefit to you. Once again, I testify to every man who lets himself be circumcised that he is obliged to obey the entire law. You who want to be justified by the law have cut yourselves off from Christ. You have fallen away from grace. For through the Spirit, by faith, we eagerly wait for the hope of righteousness. For in Christ Jesus, neither circumcision nor uncircumcision counts for anything. The only thing that counts is faith working through love. There you have it, the bottom line, faith working through love. For it is through the Spirit, by faith, that we eagerly wait for the hope of righteousness. So, what was the deal with Paul and circumcision? Whenever he talks about it, he seems to have a need for exclamation points. Paul preached that all people could be forgiven of their sin and have their lives turned around through faith in Jesus Christ. This was revolutionary for Paul. As a Pharisee, he had spent a lifetime trying to free himself from sin and find forgiveness by keeping all of the Jewish law and being faithful to the prescribed offerings and sacrifices made on his behalf at the temple. One aspect of his obedience was the mark of circumcision that all male Jews shared. We still have that practice today. This was a symbol of allegiance to the Old Covenant between God and the Hebrew people. In the Old Testament, circumcision was a sign of Israel's devotion to God. It was a physical sign that set them apart from other people of their time, and it was required by law for all Jewish men. The problem that Paul had with the law of the Old Testament was that while it taught Israel how to live, it did not free them from sin. While it showed them what sacrifices to make for forgiveness, it never claimed their heart with a desire for God and the love of God through obedience to Him. While circumcision set them apart, it also instilled a false confidence that said, in effect, I'm special. I don't need to worry about my sin because I'm already accepted by God as one of those circumcised. When Paul accepted Jesus as Christ and Messiah, he came to understand how his death on the cross was the perfect sacrifice for sin. Perhaps for the first time, he finally felt fully forgiven. Inspired by the love of Christ on the cross, Paul's heart changed. He longed to serve God, not to simply avoid sin, but to be like Christ. Through faith in Christ, Paul accepted God's unmerited love. He came to have faith in the grace of Christ's love to transform lives in that grace alone. We are all covered by God's grace and His love. This is Pastor Lyn with Lyn United Methodist Church.